Aries, hello, Joe here. For those of you that don't know me, again, my name's Joe, and for those of you that do, welcome back. Thanks for coming around. We're going to talk March. I know it's barely mid-February, but we're going to talk March. We're going to talk about your financial situation, March 2021. So we're going to have a look, Aries, and see what is on the horizon for you when it comes to your money, your finances, your career, work, that kind of thing. So we're going to see what kind of messages we can get for you when it comes to your finances. So Aries, what is going on with your finances? You know, you have by the book here, and you know, by the book can quite often mean just to be very diligent about anything that you're doing that requires signing things, paperwork, or you know, taking care of personal business, making sure that you don't leave any details out, and make sure you do everything meticulously. So in March, this is saying to do things with great care. It's not a warning, it's just saying be diligent in what you're doing when it comes to your money and your finances, and how you're committing to things, any contracts, any commitments, loans, anything to do with your work, that type of thing. You also have mending here. Mending is often a card of you know, relationship, you know, repair, fixing relationships, coming back into the fold of a relationship. But this mending, to me, you might be spending some time, Aries, in March, trying to you know, because this by the book is here, trying to really just you know, solidify your finances and your money, and trying to you know, maybe you're playing catch up a little bit, maybe you're recovering from some financial losses or difficulties. So keep that in mind, Aries, mending and by the book. So let's pull some tarot cards here. So let's see if we can just get an idea of what's going on with your money and your career and your finances. Whatever comes out, comes out. You know, it's not up to me. It's up to the cards. It's up to Spirit to bring out the message, and hopefully I can interpret that in a way that feels like it's for you. If it's not for you, that's okay. Don't claim it. Just leave it behind. There's always another message at another time that might be better suited for you, Aries. So we're going to look at your finances. You have Four of Wands. You have Two of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Page of Swords, Aries. Seven of Cups. Page of Cups. The High Priestess. And finally, Aries, we have the Star. Nice. All right, Aries, what is going on with your finances in March? So you're sitting here with the Seven of Wands. This is like the soul of the reading. This is the kind of the centerpiece of the reading to me, the Seven of Wands. So you've been fighting your way through some financial difficulty, although you only have one card in here that speaks directly to material well-being, your finances, your work. But that still doesn't mean that your finances haven't been affected negatively, positively, in one way or the other, because we're all dealing with our money on a daily basis, and how it affects our family, our own personal well-being. So you have the Four of Wands here and the Two of Wands, Aries. The Four of Wands is about the home, and this is about the solid foundation of your home life, and you're definitely very focused on that, but you're also looking forward to I think, you know, with the Two of Wands here, you know, you're determined. You have a determination right now to persevere, and I think that you are looking forward to getting over the hump when it comes to your money, because I do feel like, just seeing what I see here with some of the cards, you've been probably experiencing a little bit of slump. The Seven of Wands, you've been fighting through, and it just, I almost see this as, you take 2 steps forward and 1 step back sometimes. So it's always something comes up, always something that needs to be, addressed. And so I think that you're on the verge of trying to make some financial changes, some financial moves, but you're being very careful about it with the Four of Pentacles. You're not very prone to being impulsive. Like you want to make some financial improvements and changes, and the Four of Pentacles, you're being very careful about that. You're being you're not going to do anything that could be too risky. So I feel that you're being very careful here in March when it comes to any moves that come to directly affect your finances and your material well-being. There's also, before I get to the Seven of Cups, because I want to talk about that more than anything, the Page of Swords here, you do have this, I think that you find yourself like a little bit at a loss with the Page of Swords. So you're not quite sure how to address some financial situation that you're dealing with. You're not quite sure what is the best avenue, best way to approach something here. I think that the Page of Swords, you're expecting or hoping to get some news about your finances that you've been waiting on, or you're hoping to either get some kind of increase in pay, or find a job or a different job. You have to apply this to your situation how you will, but with the Page of Swords, it's like you're really being very cautious, and I think that you're like hoping to finally get the news that you wanted to hear. I think you've put yourself out there, but again, I do feel like there is like a move that you want to make when it comes to your finances, but you're being very careful with that. The Four of Pentacles, I think you're being very quiet and kept to yourself. I don't think you're expressing a lot of your financial situation really with anybody. I think you're just being very quiet about it, but I think you are really working on taking a big step when it comes to an opportunity or a dream of yours, or something that you really want for yourself. And maybe it's always seemed kind of far off with the Seven of Cups here. You might have always had this one thing or something that you really wanted for yourself, and it's never seemed like the right time. And so that Page of Swords might be tied to the Seven of Cups. It may not be, but I feel that there's this thing that you want for yourself that's feels very far off, or it's always seemed very far off, and it always seemed very unattainable and unrealistic. But I think that you're putting yourself out there. I think that you're wanting to take a risk, but you don't want to be too risky when it comes to your money. So you might be looking for some type of financial assistance in March, not necessarily with your day-to-day life, but with getting something in the works, or taking a leap of faith on something that you want to pursue long term, something that gives you more freedom and flexibility. But the Page of Cups here, I think that you're trying to communicate this, but you're not just telling anybody. You might be communicating with somebody that's closest to you. It could be a romantic partner, it could be a sibling, it could be a friend, and you're really putting yourself out there just a little bit. And I think you might be trying to feel things out, but again, I do feel like you're hoping that something kind of comes your way to give you the opportunity to open the door to take a somewhat of a calculated risk. And I don't think think, Aries, that you're about risky behavior, especially right now. But I think that you find that there's a necessity for you to make a change in your life. And I think realistically, it's not something that's just going to change your life overnight. I think it's something that you have to work toward here. The Four of Pentacles stands out to me, and the Seven of Cups, it's the most prevalent. And again, the Four of Wands, affects your overall stability, your well-being, your home life. Anyway, but you have the High Priestess and the Star here, so I think intuitively that there's something else for you out there, and you're looking to the future, you're looking ahead, and I think you're starting to have a realization, Aries, that nothing's going to change if you don't be the change. And so you're definitely kind of getting yourself motivated, trying to convince yourself, getting yourself excited for trying something new, trying something different. The High Priestess, this is things that you don't really know all too well, or things that you don't have a complete understanding of. It does not worry you. You don't need to know everything. So maybe you've never run a business before. Or maybe there's something that you want to do that you just don't know enough about, you might feel like. But you also understand that you don't need to know everything, that you could take something on and learn it as you go. So, but by the book here, this is, to me, it kind of talks about this. Like, if you're taking a big first step, if you're going to borrow against your retirement plan, if you're going to take money from one place to pursue something, you want to be absolutely sure that this is a risk you're willing to take, and that's kind of what you're doing. But I think with the High Priestess, you know that you don't have to know it all, but you're not going to know what the outcome is unless you try to make a change, unless you try to do something different, something new, something that gets you out of the day-to-day work life, hopefully at some point down the road. And I think that's what you're looking toward, is I want to be totally dependent on myself and not dependent on somebody else. An economy that is kind of all over the place. People's jobs are kind of all over the place. Everything is subject to change at any time with the way things have been. And I think that's kind of what put you into this, giving you this kickstart. Like, you're tired of just thinking about the one thing that you want to take on in your life to better yourself and to really just bring you fulfillment and happiness. And the Star here, Aries, the Star, the Star is really, you're putting everything into this right now, and maybe you're not actually taking that first step yet, here in January, but in or February, excuse me, but in March, you are kind of getting ready to take those first steps, even if they're baby steps, and that you are ready to do this. You're pouring your soul into this, and this is a very big hope that you have for yourself. It's a dream, it's a wish, it's a manifestation here combined with the High Priestess. So you're trying to bring something manifest into your life to better yourself. And so it takes time. I think you understand that this is a work in progress, but I think you want to be done with the Seven of Wands. The daily struggle, whether you have children or not, whether you are responsible to other people that you have to take care of. It really doesn't matter, but it's always a struggle. It's like you're always just getting by, and I think you're done with the getting by and kind of coming out on top, and just tired of feeling worn down and worried about what's next, what's going to come up next, and how you're going to take care of it, Aries. And so I think that this is all about you taking the biggest step you've probably taken in your life towards something that is 100% on you. So the success of this is 100% on you. You're dependent on yourself 100% in this, and you're willing to learn, and you're willing to go into this knowing that you don't know everything, and it is something that is a bit of a risk, but it's not a risk that doesn't it doesn't come with it's a risk worth the rewards, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because the payback and the reward for this down the road is immense for you. It means a lot to you, and that's kind of what you're hoping for. That by the book, I'll mention here too, is number 11. That's a master number. So I feel like this is about you getting your wish and taking the first steps to seeing your wish manifest in your life. And Aries, it's kind of an interesting reading, because a lot of this isn't just about your money. It's about just the freedom to do what it is that you want to do, and not being subject to the fickle economy and everything else that is going on. You really want to be totally in control of your future, and that's kind of how you are seeing this. So Aries, I'm going to end it here. I hope this was for you. If it was, leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. But I hope this kind of brings you clarity if it was for you. If it wasn't, that's okay. Just leave it. There's always another message that might be better suited for you. All right, have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.